What's up, RageNation? It's RagingJacob here to showcase these new controllers for the Nintendo Switch. Now you might be asking, why is he showcasing a Nintendo Switch controller while he mainly games on Stadia? Well, here's the catch. This is a Switchroot Nintendo Switch, which means it's running Android Lineage OS and it's Android 10. So if we take a look at these puppies, these are BinBok controllers and they are pretty much what you would call an extension of your Nintendo Switch to feel like a regular game controller. Now it has the perfect layout. As you can probably tell, it also has these X, Y, A, and B buttons positioned as if it was a Nintendo Switch. But never mind all that. Let's get back to the actual thing that this has over a regular Nintendo JoyCon. So the grip is pretty much the most important part. These things actually flow so well. It holds like a Xbox 360 or an Xbox One controller, right? You have a really good grip. It does stick out a little, but that's perfectly fine. And as you can probably tell, you notice these triggers over here that pretty much correspond to your triggers over here. You have them on both sides and it's pretty much like a SCUF controller. In addition to that, you also have turbo buttons and a manual set button that you can prefer to choose whichever button you want to set there. You can do that. Now, getting back to the joy of using this thing, it is fitted with some RGB lighting on the analog sticks. That's really neat. You can configure them to have any color you want. Once they sync up with the Switch, it's just as easy as anything else you would use on the Nintendo Switch. And we're gonna be playing some Cyberpunk because we can. Because we consider ourselves Stadians and we can play anything, anywhere, right? So once this boots up, you'll see that I already had the game running. All right, hold on. I forgot to mention that the BinBok controller actually comes with one of these. What this allows you to do is actually take it with you and then play it from at a distance if you have the Shield TV enabled. I could take off these controllers right here, right? I could take it off just like that, as one would a JoyCon. Let's carefully put the Switch right there. If I plug this in right here, and since this has been synced up, or rather, if it was synced up, these buttons would be working right now. But we haven't done that yet, and the device hasn't been charged. It does have the Type-C USB ports to charge it, but this is the way you would play it from at a distance if you had Shield TV enabled on your Lineage OS Android 10 on the Switchroot. Well, there you have it. That's how you would use it as a controller on its own. Let's go back. Okay, let's just go for it then, because I was playing this and then I paused it, but that's okay, because we'll be right back into it right there. So that's how fast it goes. It says press the start button, then we just did that, and then we'll use the B button over here, which is actually A, to get going and continue our game session. Now I made sure that I connected the Nintendo Switch over the 5 GHz connection on the Wi-Fi so we can showcase this properly. As you can tell, the loading time is already done. That was really quick. Don't we just enjoy that on Stadia over here? Well, would you look at that? It's Cyberpunk running in all its glory. Let's just jump down here. Maybe get into some trouble. If we don't break our legs, that is. Man, that took the longest time. Okay, well, we'll talk to CD Projekt Red about that. See if we can get a car or two. Now, this actually looks a lot like our car, but since we already have the take control skill here, we don't care. This is pretty much just showcasing how well it plays with these big controllers instead of the Joy-Cons. I'm really loving it so far. I've only tested it for like half an hour. I played some Dragon Quest 11 on it, and now I thought like we could totally showcase this with Cyberpunk of all things. This is like one of those games that, you know, they're still patching and whatnot, but it looks gorgeous, and having this run on a Switch is just amazing every single time. So now I have the perfect handheld, as you can tell. This is pretty much, for me, it is like I'm doing a really shitty job at driving, but this is the perfect handheld right now for me, hands down, okay? There's no other way I could say that this would definitely work if Stadia would put out a small, I don't know, we wouldn't want to have it small, but if Stadia would put out a handheld and it would be something like this, where you have a sizable screen and you also have controller-sized controllers, let me put it that way, then you'll be able to enjoy Stadia to the fullest anywhere and everywhere. The way I should put this is people are actually accustomed to having a handheld like this now, thanks to the Nintendo Switch, right? So props to Nintendo for doing that. If you're considering purchasing this, know that they had additional models of the BinBok controllers for the Nintendo Switch. These are the revisions. This is revision 2, if I'm not mistaken. You can tell by the RGB lighting that you can set. Oh, well, the AI is freaking out. Either way, if you're looking into this, it's the BinBok wireless controller, and the model number, it says right there, if my camera will focus, it's the YS37. So if you enjoy some Stadia gaming on the go, that's the perfect way to do it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.